Hey guys, Eric with Retro. It's another weekend. Sorry I've been slacking on the videos here. It has been very, very busy here. Thank you guys for everything. Got my truck, little shop truck here, 2014 GMC. And today, my project is I'm going to be installing a Cresspo spoiler on the tailgate. Mini truck stuff, I guess. Cresspo is based out of Texas, and they make pretty neat spoiler for these trucks. A little sport truck action right here. This one here is a 3-piece, obviously over the tailgate, and these little end caps. Honestly, been having a hard time getting a hold of these guys. Did a little YouTubing, other people putting them on, so I have a general idea how this thing works. Today I'm gonna dive into it, do all the pre-fit. I know I need to get this tail cap off. I was going to pull the axis panel off and see if I can pull this off without breaking all the clips underneath it so I can put it back on. After everything is fit and I'm good with all that, then this will get bodyworked and painted. Easy now. Bodyworked and painted body color. Kind of blends in, but it'll look kind of neat. Messing with it. Max is going to town on interior stuff right now, which we touched on a bunch of other videos. So if you haven't seen them, go to the YouTube channel. If you're not already on there, look it up. So right now, just an update. Got carpet in here. We did full Dynamat all up and around. Back panels in, new carpet kit. We also did new headliner. This, I think there was a smoker rig or something, but it did not smell great. So decided to redo all that. Max is covering all the console stuff right now. Seat covers. We went with black leather. This was a cloth interior. So he's wrestling on the center console right now. Right here. So they had this wood trim stuff inside there. And these are on the door panels. Kind of right there. The only wood in the whole rig. The rest of it's kind of a brushed silver look, so we're changing that out. You see the old carpet kit. It was like a dark gray. We just went with black and everything since all the interior is going black as well, with custom inserts. You'll have to check in the other videos to see that. For now, let's get busy on this Cresspo spoiler install. I'm gonna figure it out here with you. First up, take that panel off. See if we can get that cover off without breaking off the clips. Hopefully the mic is working this time too. I cannot seem to get this mic thing figured out. Even though it looks like it's working, I can see it. I don't know. 19 hours later, ran out SD card. All my SD cards are out. So I had to run out, grab some new ones, and anywho's, here we go. What I'm gonna do now is you can see inside there, when this was out of the mold there, I used some long strand fiberglass, which is pretty normal. And that's on the inside, and that sits against the body. So I'm going to take a belt sander, like so, and basically knock it down a little bit, smooth it up. Kind of started right here on the end. Just gonna go around this edge on both sides so it sits a little nicer and doesn't scratch up stuff. I'm gonna put tape on it too while I'm fitting it, but for right now I'm gonna grab a mask and make some dust. All right, safety first. Try not to breathe in a bunch of fiberglass dust here. Not this time. This should go pretty quick. I'm just gonna knock it down flat, hit both sides. We'll clean it up, tape it up, and try fitting it for the first time. All right, inside's all sanded. You can see, just smoothed out the surfaces where they're gonna be in contact, as well as the backside here. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, I'm gonna throw the tailgate up. I need to move the tonneau cover forward. So I'm gonna loosen these up first, slide that forward so I can get a little more clearance here. I think what I'm gonna do here also is tape the back sides of all this. I don't want to scratch up top of the tailgate there while fitting. So I'll tape this up, be right back. Grab some yellow tape, I'll stick it on the back side here. I did already clean it, so hopefully everything sticks. Again, just temporary, so I'm not scratching up stuff trying to fit it on there. It may fit perfect. Not usually the case. A little precaution. Don't want to have to repaint the tailgate because it got all scratched up. Probably use some PPF film on here after it's all done and painted and everything. That way it wiggles around. Won't have any issues, hopefully. Kind of see backside, not rocket science. Yeah, the trailing edge on this thing's pretty inconsistent, just with all the layers of glass and stuff, or if this was actually a chop mat or something like that, you're not gonna get the most consistent, especially on the inside. The mold obviously being on the outside, it's nice and smooth and consistent, but I may come back to show you what I'm talking about. You can see like on these edges here, how thick they are. This one here is pretty thick right through here. So all the way down. So basically that just means it's gonna look inconsistent on the outside of the tailgate. So, but I think because this bottom here is wrapped under, you won't see too much, but enough of that. Let's get it fit on there. It'll be easy. So this side, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, we got gappage over here. The problem is this profile here does not fit it at all, and it'll probably be hidden once you get these end caps on. So for now, gosh, I wish they should just slide over the side of that thing, I feel, but that would make for a pretty tight gap. So pop this one back out a little bit. I'm gonna do a little scribing right around here, try to get that to sit in a little better. And then, yeah, we'll go from there, check back in a second. All right, still monkeying around on this thing. Fit's kind of throwing me off a little bit here. Big old gap around there, like it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't need to be like that, but for this front lip to sit flat against the tailgate and not be out like that, you have to bring up the tail of the wing, but then you lose support. When it's pushed down a little bit, at least it feels like it's snug in there, but then it doesn't fit here regardless, either way. I'm just worried when you open, close tailgate, you're gonna naturally want to lift from this thing, and don't want it ripping off of there. Probably after it's all said and done, come back and put some glue or urethane, double-sided adhesive, something on here just to help kind of support it. But yeah, gaps are not great. And I'm pretty familiar with fiberglass, carbon fiber, all that stuff from years of airplane stuff. And I know it doesn't fit all the time and you gotta modify it and this and that. I was hoping this time would be different. So I'm gonna move to the corner caps. Maybe that'll tell me some clues as to how this thing fits. All right, grabbing corners. Let's see, what do we got here? So this piece, which, you know, I'm not sure how they expect this to fit exactly. And I don't want to drill a bunch of holes in the rig. Kind of hard to do this two-handed, but if this thing is touching on all the sides, that's not touching. Let's see here. Let's find its happy spot here. If there is one. All right, I'm gonna put this thing down. I've been wrestling that thing on there. Also cleaned out the inside of this, try to get it smoothed up. Throw some tape on that and wrestle it back on there. Got the tail cap fit on here. It does not fit very good at all. Obviously these body lines do not line up with that. And I'm trying to avoid a big old gap back here. You know, be nice if that fit a little bit better. It's hitting there. If I bring this over, then it doesn't line up with the inside at all. Going to try to do is, or what I think needs to be done, also this massive gap under here, huge, does not fit. So you can turn this any way you want, and it's just, it is not good. So if this is rolled like that, then this sticks out like that. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is actually fiberglass a piece right here. Plus that'll give me an anchor point to mount this cap. On the outside of things, I'm thinking probably some trim adhesive, some 3M stuff like you'd see on body moldings, pretty strong stuff, and put that in here. Try to avoid, I don't want to put a big fastener in the side of the bed. I think that's weird, tacky, and probably too easy. Going to template this thing out, finish marking where I think it needs to go. Also on this guy here, still not happy with the gap back here. Granted, I can put some tape and it's going to get some fasteners, but I can, you know, don't want to like be breaking the fiberglass back here. Kind of a weird deal. Like I said earlier, this is a 14 through 18 body style. And on earlier models, 13 and older, all the tailgate caps had screw holes at the back for their factory style plastic spoiler deal. So you'd have fasteners that go in there. This one has nothing on it at all. And that's just the way it is from the factory. But would have been nice if there were some provisions to put some thread certs or something in there just to help hold this, so it's not all relying on the front. I do know that this is a newer version. It just came out, I don't know how long ago. It says new on the website, so maybe all the bugs aren't worked out yet, but there's still some things to be sorted for sure. I did try reaching out to them, didn't get any response. Just asking for some tips, some pointers, you know. Kind of get an idea. They still look cool. The design is awesome. The quality of the part overall is really good, but it needs some fine tuning for sure. So it would have been nice to see if this thing went to the edge of the tailgate cap. Maybe a fastener or two on the bottom side here, because you're naturally going to want to lift it. And these end caps, I don't know what to do about that. It is kind of tricky because I got these come factory with the plastic bed caps on them. So you know it's not going to fit well. I'm going to prep out the other end cap here in a second and get that one taped on and see if anything is different. I feel like I'm running out of options here on fit wise, but got it sitting about as best as I can. I'm going to look back in here, see where all the contact is. If it's good enough. I'm worried that it's still going to move around on the ends. The middle's nice and tight. The ends are pretty sloppy still. So anyway, I'm going to look into it more and hopefully come up with a good way to mount this thing so I'm not moving that deal around every time, because it needs to stay at least, you know, somewhat same profile as this one here, which I'm already having issues with fitting. I got tape there, I got it laid out. I'm going to go every 6 inches on here. That should be more than enough. Set it back about 1/4 inch. Finish getting these laid out, drill some holes, and then drill them out for some bigger riv nuts so that we can actually bolt this thing on, and then see how it's sitting at that point. I'm gonna do about 1/4 inch, almost 3/8 set back here, so I can make sure it's got enough meat to not blow these edges out, hopefully. I'll probably just do like 1/4 20 or something. It's kind of smaller. See if we can get that to suck in a little bit. Let's draw our cross line here. Before I drill these through, I'll double check, make sure we got the right angle going on here, so nothing's changed there, because I keep bumping it with my knee. So that's gonna roll this thing around, so. Got all this laid out, and so on. That should be more than enough fasteners. I probably only need half of those, to be honest. I wanna make sure that when we snug it down, it pulls it down evenly over the back edge rather than potato chipped out, because the ends seem to be a little looser than the midsection here. So I just want to make sure that these angles are, you can see how much plays in the end here. versus the middle. Get these angles just right and then start working my way down. These are pretty critical. My fear is that when we tighten this up, it's gonna make that gap even looser. So this end will be flopping around, hopefully not. I guess worst case scenario, I can shim it on the inside. That just seems weird. Overall, again, everything fits pretty good considering. It is aftermarket after all. Double check my angles on the spoiler. Still battling to fit on this thing. What I ended up doing is putting shims on the backside here to draw the spoiler inboard so it's a little tighter on the outside skin. I actually think this will probably be fine. Yeah, but when it comes time to actually adding spacers, I just have paint sticks in here right now. These little 1/8" ones, just to bring it out. When it hits the body shop, I'm gonna split this seam and curl it inboard a little bit more so we can, or build up the inside of it a little bit just to make that gap a little bit tighter. And then, as far as the outside goes, we'll put those on with screws and all that stuff, and I'm gonna do that right now. But when it comes time to bonding it on, probably use like a mix of urethane and stuff there just to help kind of seal up the edges and stuff, and with the PPF film, and keep it from scratching the paint all up on there. So right now, I'm gonna pull this spoiler off and drill it, put some riv nuts in it, put it back on, try it again. Set this aside for now. So the back, clearly we have 1/8" holes all the way down. We'll go size them up, match them up to some thread certs or riv nuts or whatever you want to call them, and drill them out, put those in accordingly. I'm going to gather some things, be right back. Going with this 1/4-20, we'll end up putting a stainless end in here, a little button head. That's gone forever. There it is. Got the riv nuts right here, riv nut squeezer, 3/8 for that, and then we'll just drill them out, drill all those guys there. So let's get drilling. Warm today, as you can see. Got all those guys in, a whole bunch of them. So on the back side of the spoiler here, I need to open those up for this little bolt here too, and we'll fit it on there. That'll be fine. We'll fit it on there one last time. It'll be good. All right, I'm gonna grab a drill bit and hog that sucker out. Be right back. Oh, we're still playing. Okay, 1/4" screw. Camera's getting hot, shutting off, but anyway, got all our hardware here. We're gonna drill. Those are already drilled out, so I'm gonna put those in, put the spacers in, and that should be done with the fitting on this. Let's get it in. Gonna throw in all this hardware here and loosely put our spacers in. Come on. Spacers in after, and that should be about it. After this, I think it'll be about ready to hit the paint shop. Once it's in there, do a little bit of glass work on the backside, build this out a little bit so we don't have to use paint sticks, because that's not cool. Probably get bigger stainless washers or something to kind of clean up the look. It's a lot of, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. All right guys, now it's handed off to Preston to make this thing fit.
So I've been working, trying to get these on and where they needed to be. They weren't really the right shape, so I cut them down. They're fitting a lot better now. We've got clearance. I just finished putting them on just to see if we would actually clear and not scuff up the tailgate. And I've got a little bit of clearance, not as much as I'd like, but there's really not a whole lot of room to work, so doing the best with what we've got. But we've got, come over here, show you close. We've got corner, gap, kind of flowing a lot better together, but not perfect, but we'll get it there. Fits the contours really nice now, so I'm excited. See, got a little bit of a gap, tune that up a little bit, but once we get those on there, then we can go through and get it all body worked. Put a little bit more here, match that contour, take it off the back, make it work. We're gonna make this solid with no space behind it. We'll end up having to flip it over and prep it out and actually fiberglass the back of that so that there's not paint sticks in it.
No paint sticks.
Make it all nice. Yeah, no paint sticks. Getting there.
So next phase, take this thing off and hit the body shop.
We've got the wing off the truck here in the body shop. It's had some work done to it. We got the edge here glassed in, so no more paint sticks. Fits really nice against the truck. And we've got some edge work done. Ended up cracking out on me on an edge, so we got it glassed up. So didn't do that again when it's finally put on the car after paint. So I also got these edges glassed in so they fit really, really, really nice here. I had a couple lows in the middle to take care of, so I got those done. And right now I've got to just flow this edge into my glasswork here, get it back on the car, get her sanded, and I'm hoping today I can get it to the point that it's pretty much ready to paint. We'll show you the rest of that process and hopefully some somewhat finished product by the end of the day. I think I'm gonna try and prime it. I might be able to do that. So we'll give it a shot, show you what that entails.
Running low on the borderlines, and
Got these spots glassed up. I'm gonna give them a quick cut here in the body shop before we can take it over and throw it on the car, just so we keep some dust out of that side of the shop. We'll get those cut up, throw it on the car, and get back.
You tell me that you're doing fine. Morning color lights the hall, pulls you right on through the door. So hold onto all that feeds your soul. I know a place where the sun shines every day. So come with me, I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Coloring outside the lines, and you tell me you're just passing by, drowning in your reasons why. Talk is cheap, but we're wasting time. So hold onto all that feeds your soul. I know a place where the sun shines every day. So come with me, I'll take you there. I'll take you there. Running low on the borderlines. Talk is cheap.
Okay, spoiler has been primed after being final body worked. I've got some pinholes to take care of and then sand away. I get it 220'd and then 320'd and final prime and off to paint.
Running low on the borderlines. Talk is cheap and we're wasting time.
We got updates. So buddy Sean took care of all the paint work for us on the front end here. As you can see, we did the HD conversion. So this is a 2017, 2018 style 2500, 3500 full-size truck hood, anyway, with functional scoop. So we went with the GM style hood on this thing, or brand hood, scoop and everything, so we know it'd fit. And then for the grill, we ditched the chrome on it and we went with the terrain model. It's just another trim level like Denali, or I think it was pre-AT4 stuff, but paint to match, body match on that too. Also bumpers, those are all paint to match as well. Just deleting on a bunch of chromes. Leave a little bit around for now. We still have some chrome highlights on here, so I think that'll look good. And freshly painted roof, I cut a big hole in it. We did a, spoiler sunroof on there because you have to. Max's headliner that was all done. We ripped it out. We cut it into pieces. He's stoked on it. So yeah, that's work in progress there. We're gonna have to trim and fit and kind of piece it together for the headliner to be functional, but I think we got a game plan on that. Then we'll recover it, put it in there. But wait, there's more. Actually, I'm gonna make you guys wait for the next setup. So we just pulled it out of Ceramic Pro next door. They did the PPF film. We put it on the tailgate here. We have a 3-piece Cresspo spoiler that will be going on this. It's ready to go on actually, so we'll put that on here. I'm excited. I don't leave anything alone apparently, but this is going to be really cool. Still waiting for somebody to tune this thing. We are in a black hole over here, so we need somebody that's knowledgeable on tuning as far as this goes. Get it running right, and then I'll be ready to rip just in time for winter. Hey, I'm with Brad at Ceramic Pro, and we got the truck over here. So Brad's going to be installing some PPF film, the paint protection film, basically because I got rid of all the chrome, went painted, and I don't want a bunch of rock chips. So this stuff will help protect it against all the rocks, right, Brad?
Yep, all the rocks, scratches, any of that kind of stuff. It's ceramic top coated, so it's going to be easy clean and just have the most clear appearance for as long as you own the vehicle.
So what all are you guys going to be covering today?
We're going to do just a short piece on the leading edge of the hood here, wrapped into the scoop. We're going to cover all this grill area and this upper bumper. And then on the back, we're going to do the spoiler where hands are grabbing it, so we're not getting any scratches back there. Everything's going to be wrapped around the edges. The only edge you're going to see is this top line. Everything else is all going to be hidden. Seamless install.
Perfect. So how do you guys know what shapes to cut these out? Do you do them by hand, or you have a program, or?
So we do both, just depending on the vehicle. Most of the time we go with just our standard patterns, and we have a database that has every make, model, trim level of vehicle in there, but we also do custom stuff to where we'll just bulk everything and cut it to fit how we need it. Sometimes we can get some better coverage that way. For instance, we'll do like a full hood, we'll just do that out of one sheet and then hand cut anything that needs to be cut.
So like the spoiler back there?
Yep,
will be
the
done by
spoiler,
hand,
that
obviously.
being custom like that, that's just gonna be a bulk situation.
And it got to be difficult because from here down, it's 2014 and 15, and from here up, it's 17, 18, I guess, HD hood on it. So luckily both those are factories, so yeah.
Yep, and we're
Cut,
able to
print.
take a 2018 pattern and a 2014 and put them together and cut them all out in one shot.
Cool. Well, I look forward to not getting rock chips all over this thing. So.
Came to the right place.
Preston did a great job getting this thing all squared away. We painted it. It's got a couple little hairs or chunks of dirt, little things, but they'll show up or be amplified by the PPF film on here. So going around nibbing out those, and then spoiler and the end caps will get wrapped, as well as this lower quarter where the end caps make contact here. So these will sit over it, and just to keep them from chattering on there. We'll probably end up putting something behind here too to help hold it in place. Also, before we put the spoiler on, we had the PPF film placed from this body line up on here because there's no fasteners on the bottom side of this. So trying to keep that thing from wiggling around and sawing through the paint as best we can. So anyway, that's on there. And then this just turns into a big handle or something to lean to, or a flat surface, so we're protecting the paint on that as well. So anyway, just a couple little dirt chunks to nib out, and this sucker will be ready to wrap.